Shalom, call on Yahweh Shem Shah. Shalom to the look. This video I want to go in about this COVID-19 shit that Esau sprung up, came up with a name for it, the symptoms of it, and all this different stuff. Now, if you do your homework and research, because all this information is out there, it's not like it's not accessible. It's not like it's tucked away in some vault, locked away, or nothing like that. It's just our people, they like to be simple, man. Like today I went to the store and there was a sign up that said you can't enter the store unless you wear a mask. These idiots, most of these stores, they got 5G in the damn store. So them wearing a mask ain't stopping the motherfucking thing. Now, let me pull the scripture real quick. I'm gonna let some of this video play. And I came across this article because I was just reading a little different stuff on it, seeing the effects that it have on humans, animals, and etc. I made a video similar to this last time, but I just want to go into it. Let me see. I just want to go into it some more. It's in the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 15. It said, the simple believe of every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. And if you looking well to your goings, you're going to research. It's like a land surveyor. They not finna just go on the land and just start building shit. They fuck around walking to quicksand or something like that. They gonna go research, scan the whole land, see what type of animals around, see what type of plants around, make sure ain't no poison ivy around or whatever. They gonna go check it out. That's what a prudent man would do. A simple man gonna believe every word. A person that might be selling the land tell you, oh yeah, the land is okay, there's nothing wrong with it. The whole time the land built on top of a fucking toxic waste field. And that's just an example. But our people damn sure have that mentality when it come down to stuff. So let me play this. Lord's doing this edifying.
There are 4 new major developments regarding the science of coronavirus, and I want to break this down for you because this is really important stuff. Number one, remember how we were told that COVID-19 was essentially a respiratory disease, right, that primarily attacked and targeted our lungs? It appears that is not the case now. See, this is new information. COVID-19 turns out to actually be more of a vascular disease.
Pause that real quick. See, Esau like to play these little word games. That's why it's key to look up these words, vascular and respiratory. Now, let me go. I'm gonna read a little bit of this article. I'm just let the video play and pause it periodically. Now, it says, and you could look up this site too. I'm gonna let you see it right there. I'll try to post it if I don't forget. But it says, exposure to electromagnetic fields. And a little quick testimony. Yesterday I was walking past one of them towers on the phone. The phone just completely went out. And somebody thought some shit had not happened. And then once I passed it a little bit, the phone was back working. So if it's that powerful to just knock your phone out, imagine what it do to your actual body. And the phone is technology. It's made of metal and stuff like that. Our body is made of different elements. It says exposure to electromagnetic fields induces oxidative stress and pathophysiological changes in the cardiovascular system. And you read down some more. Now it goes into the abstract. It says, objectives. This study aims to highlight on the influence of exposure to electromagnetic fields, EMFs, on the cardiovascular system. And right here, we got vascular. They try to break the word down or whatever. But let's go into the words real quick. It said it refers to the heart, blood vessels, and the blood. Blood contains oxygen and other nutrients which your body needs to survive. That's why a lot of people dying too, because this electromagnetic radiation of these EMF fields is actually stripping the oxygen from your bodies. And your body needs oxygen. Now it says the body takes these essential nutrients from the blood. Man, that's why people dying. So you go to the hospital and you have any little symptom or whatever. It could be because your body don't have no oxygen in its blood to help reproduce blood cells or heal certain type of wounds. You might get a cut or something, and it turn into an infection and it can't heal because your body don't have enough oxygen in it to heal it. Then you got the COVID. That's exactly how they playing this shit. So the person might have breathing problems. They might have asthma, and if you getting your oxygen stripped from you, and you got asthma, you got the COVID. That's how they playing, man. These fucking devils. That's why they gotta get taken out of power, man. Cause this type of shit they doing right now, and they playing, and then they lying on top of it. And then our people, they like to be simple, and they don't want to research and read nothing. So they believe any damn thing. Now, let me go into vascular system, because they got the cardiovascular. It says, also called the circulatory system, is made up of vessels that carry blood and lymph through the body. That's why a lot of people have low libido too, because your blood ain't pumping right. Your testosterone low. Even women, I came across some women, they was telling me that they ain't really in the mood for sex like that or whatever, or they be all sleepy and shit. That's because this electromagnetic radiation pumping out. Then if you ain't taking care of your diet, it's really fucking your body up. Anyway, say the arteries and veins carry blood throughout the body, delivering oxygen and nutrients to the body tissues and taking away tissue waste matter. And if you got electromagnetic radiation microwaving it's tissue waste matter being added. It ain't being taken away. So that's what's really getting people sick. So a mask not finna help you from this. The only thing that's gonna help you from this, first of all, you gotta pray to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to keep you safe, keep your physical body strong and your spirit strong, and to give you the mind frame to know what to put in your body, so you can be healthy as possible. And I'm gonna read on some more. It says, EMS might produce a variety of adverse and vivo effects such as heart problems, not no fucking virus. It's a chest pain and cardiovascular system disorders. Previous studies showed that an association between elevated magnetic field exposure and mortality of employer and electric utility industry jobs from arrhythmia. I might be saying that wrong. Yeah, that's what it is. Arrhythmia-related causes and acute myocardial infarction influence heart rate variability by changing autonomic balance. So EMF exposure can affect structure and function of the cardiovascular system and may facilitate myocardial infarction by nuclear changing cardiomyocytes. And it's Esau with all these big ass words, because most of our people, they'll see this stuff and they won't even try to look it up and see what it means and none of that. They say exposure to EMFs induce pain or pressure in the chest area. What they say the COVID doing? They said pain in the chest area. Let me go back to what I was saying. Yep. Heart palpitations and or irregular heartbeat. That's exactly what they're doing, man. Ain't no fucking virus. But Esau, they can go put some stuff out. Oh, we need a cure. It's going to take us this much time and this much money to find a cure. No, the cure is taking them fucking 5G towers down. But most of our people, like I say, man, like the scriptures say right here, the simple believe of every word, but a prudent man looketh well to his going. You know, I'm going to read on some more. It says, the symptoms resemble a heart attack. And I did electrician work. If you ever worked around a lot of electricity and different stuff like that, whether you was installing ceiling fans or sockets for the walls, different cable lines and stuff like that, working around a lot of that electronic stuff, it definitely affects your body, because your body gives off electricity too as well. That's why you take your shirt off and stuff, or pants. You ever notice be static popping and all that. So if that's being altered and messed with, then it can cause these effects that I just read. They say the symptoms resemble a heart attack and thus contribute to even more anxiety. That's why a lot of people have a lot of high anxiety. They say also exposure to EMS cause highly significant increase in did they spell it right? Yeah, that's just a little typo. Activities of serum, creatine, phosphokinase. It says lactate dehydrogenase, which goes into dehydration. It says aspirate amino transferase enzymes and decrease in plasma calcium level and total antioxidant capacity. That's why it's more better to eat more veggies, fruits, drink certain type of water. Because it's what Esau doing, man. They really want to wipe us out. This is what this is really about. It's an attack on us. And they so wicked they don't care if they get their own people simultaneously. Now let me let this play a little bit more. I'm gonna read some more of the article.
That attaches to blood vessels and causes blood clots. That means it's not confined to the lungs, but rather to any organ, which is why people can die of kidney disease or heart disease or stroke, etc. In fact, in autopsies, when they started looking at all the COVID-19 patients who obviously had died, they found thousands and thousands in their bodies of little blood clots that are caused by this COVID-19 virus.
And what?
Number two,
I ain't mean to blow
the
this up.
virus does seem to have mutated, as expected, by the way. Viruses mutate.
And see, this
The original
Esau,
strain, or the Wuhan strain, based on where it was first detected, tends to be more lethal. It kills.
With their words, somebody's mutated. How in the fuck is mutated? The only thing it's doing is just being pumped out daily. It ain't fucking mutating. It's just stripping people's bodies and weakening it even more. So now they're trying to say there's two strains of it. But that's what they do, is just throw you off on track on the number one and then go to the number two. Let me let it play some
more people. The second strain, often called the European strain or the Italian strain, because that's where it was detected in large measure, the second part, it's less lethal, but more transmissible, which may not actually be a bad thing, because that's how strains and viruses eventually die out as they create more herd immunity. Number three, there's evidence that seems to suggest now that you're much less apt to catch the virus if you go outside. If you go outside, China studied 318 transmissions, found only one of them occurred outdoors, and that was apparently two neighbors talking to each other across the fence. Number four.
Which that is false. See, Esau like to lie, man. They'll bring out a little truth, like when you talk about the cardiovascular and the respiratory, then the rest of it will be some false bullshit. Because it is transmissible outdoors. You can fuck around, go outside all the time if you want, and you sitting around a lot of them 5G towers where electromagnetic radiation pumping that. You're going to have these effects that I just read in this article, right?
This one's good. Children generally do not transmit COVID-19 to adults. That's really important and kind of weird, right? Because it means schools can open in the fall with, of course, proper guidelines. Now, why don't they transmit it?
Because most kids, they don't play outside like they used to. You got kids playing outside like we used to, like back in the early 90s and stuff like that, because I was born in the 90s. Early 90s, early 2000s. Most kids, they like to be inside playing on the game on Instagram and Facebook and shit, playing PS4, Xbox and shit like that. So they don't really be outside, so they can't really get exposed to it.
And here's where this gets a little weird, when we all know that, man, if you want to catch a cold, go hang out with kindergartners, right? Children, especially, famous for transmitting colds and flus. The answer? Because in this particular virus, the COVID-19, the children are not sneezing. They're not coughing like they would be with colds and flus. Less transmissible. Now, with all of that said, at least on the science front, what about the situation on the ground now? Not good. Not good. It does seem that many states have, in fact, let their guard down. And now, as a result, coronavirus cases are increasing nationwide. We are going to take you to the new...
And I ain't going to let this play too much longer. See, the main thing they really want to do with this, they want to push this narrative so they can lock shit down. That's why they went on and tested it out and see what they was going to do. Now, you know, they, of course, tested this on rats. They said rats exposed to EMF show increase in blood pressure. That's why a lot of people have problems and go to the hospital. I seen an older guy the other day talking about his blood pressure was real high. This is why. They say the absolute and relative whole heart and left ventricular waves. On the other hand, the heart rate was significantly reduced in rats exposed to EMF. The ECG recording of experimental animals exposed to EMF showed a significantly higher R and T voltages, increase in QRS duration, and prolonged PR and QT intervals. A serious histopathological changes in the heart was seen in experimental animals exposed to EMF. So they've been testing this shit out. And as you see, they got this stuff over here on the side or whatever talking about. But they've been testing it out just to see what the electromagnetic radiation fields do. They said these changes include increases the number of apoptotic cells, dark brown stained muscle fiber nuclei marked cell vacuolation, hyperemia muscle fiber, degeneration, distortion of some cardiac myocytes, mononuclear cellular infiltration, and histological structure of the myocytes, spaces between the ultrastructure of the myocardial tissue and sarcomere in experimental animals exposed to EMF showed that the loss of area in sarcomeres, irregular structure of myocardial cells, and ruptures of sarcomeres, loss of mitochondrial capacity, believes mitochondria. As a conclusion, it said it can be conducted that exposure of human and experimental animals to EMFs have been a negative effect on the heart and blood vessels by causing histopathological changes and disturbances in the functions of the organs of the cardiovascular system. And that's the conclusion, man. Ain't no fucking virus this done popped out and the motherfucker ate a bat. Yeah, man, Moab been eating bats for fucking ever. Eating bats, rats, cats, fucking monkey meat, all that shit. And out of nowhere, they talking about, oh, it's the Chinese. It's the Kung flu. And that shit. No, man. Esau. Let me go to another scripture real quick. This in the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 4. It says, a wicked man listens to evil lips. And that's, hey, you people like to be so wicked all the damn time. You're going to listen to evil ass lips. Like, oh, okay, let me listen to what they're saying. When somebody speak about stuff like this, in which I've brought it up around numerous people just to test their mentality out, they don't want to hear about this shit. They want to hear about some other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with life. And I says, a liar gives ear to a destructive tongue. And Esau, like this guy in this video, he's got a destructive tongue. Which Rick Sanchez being paid off to speak on certain stuff anyway. So the people that's really behind him pushing this, they're going to tell him to speak a certain rhetoric. And if he don't, then he'll be took off the air and they have a new spokesperson. Let me get a few more precepts and I'm going to end this off. Okay, it says, with the Proverbs chapter 27, verse 12, it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hide himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. And our people, they're going to continue to be simple, and they're going to get punished. And how are we supposed to hide out from this? We're supposed to hide out with the covering of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and studying into these scriptures and applying it to your life. Because if you apply this to your life, man, you'll be cool. Like it's a lot of stuff I experienced that let me know this is definitely real. This ain't just no book. It's one made up. This is for our well-being. And I go through some adversity, but hey, that adversity ain't nothing compared to what we about to actually inherit. So fuck that adversity. But let me read on some more. Let's see what else I want to pull out. Just for edification's sake, and I ain't this all. And this is another reason why we should practice keeping the commandments too, the dietary laws. Trying to practice keeping the Shabbat, Sabbath, fasting and stuff like that. You know, just certain stuff. The list goes on. We can't do everything. We're practicing keeping it and keep you away from that evil. Now, I'm gonna just end this off of this. This is in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 5. It says, whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerning both time and judgment. Yeah, you gotta be wise, man. Like the scripture says in the book of Isaiah, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability at that times. Not listen to Esau, but what they tell you to do. With wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures and being able to apply them to your life, and also knowing the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because the scripture also says that his name is a strong tower, and whosoever runneth to it shall be safe. And I just want to bring this out, man. Lord's witness is edifying, call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And whoever will be listening to these videos, because I be seeing the numbers and stuff, do your research, man. Don't just listen to what somebody say. Go look it up. We're in the information age. Better yet, I was gonna end this off, and I got another scripture I want to pull out. We're in the information age, right? I'm gonna get this scripture in the book of Daniel. Book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 4. Because the information is out there, man. It's not like it's ducked off somewhere. You just got to look for it. It's in the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 4. It says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." And this knowledge is definitely out here. And there's another scripture that says, let me see. Hold on 1 minute. Let me get this last scripture in there. So, see right here. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 10. It says, "Say, many shall be purified and made white and tried." And when it says made white, it's just talking about being pure. It ain't talking about your skin turning white or nothing like that. It says, "But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand." So if you're a wise man, you got some sense, or a wise woman or whatever, you're going to understand this stuff. But if you want to dwell in your wickedness, hey man, Esau going to tell you whatever, and you're gonna follow all the other sheep to the slaughter. So Lord's willing, this is edifying. Call on Yahweh Shem Shalom to the Lord.